Hello and welcome to the channel. This is Literature Simplified, where I explain English literature in simple English. Today we'll be discussing the work Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, which is a 14th century chivalric romance. It is also a Christian allegory about sin and honesty, which draws on Welsh, Irish, English, and French folklore and literary traditions. We don't know the real name of the person who wrote it. The author is simply known as the Pearl Poet or the Gawain Poet. It's one of the most important surviving works of the alliterative revival in Middle English literature. It blends Arthurian romance, Christian morality, and Celtic mythology. It is also noteworthy because of its mastery of alliterative verse, complex psychological insights into honor and temptation, and its critical commentary on chivalric ideals. The poet narrates a story of when the legendary ideals of King Arthur's knights in Camelot, such as chivalry, honor, and Christian virtue, are challenged. While most knightly tales focus on physical battles with dragons or giants, this story is also a psychological and moral test. It is written in a unique style called alliterative verse, which means that initial consonant sounds or alliteration on stressed syllables are used as the main structural device rather than rhyme, and a structure known as the bob and wheel at the end of each stanza. That's a rhythmic device that adds a musical punch to the storytelling, as you can see in these lines that are an extract of the poem. On your screen, you see an extract of a stanza. And all garbed in green, this giant and his gear, the G sound, a straight coat full tight that stuck to his sides, the S sound, a magnificent mantle above, masked within, the M sound, with pelts spread pertly, the garment agleam. That's the P sound. So as you can see that the consonant sounds are repeated throughout the line, which is what is meant by alliterative verse. Now, this is not a critical analysis or detailed thematic study of the poem. It's simply a short summary to help you to become familiar with its storyline and its historical importance. Now we get to the story. The story begins at Camelot during a New Year's Eve feast. King Arthur refuses to eat until he hears of a great marvel, something that will entertain him. Suddenly, a giant green knight with green skin, a green horse, and green clothes rides into the hall carrying a massive axe and a holly branch. Holly is a type of tree. He proposes a challenge, a beheading game, where any knight may strike him with an axe, provided that in 1 year and 1 day's time, the knight travels to the Green Chapel to receive a blow with an axe in return from the Green Knight. So, the Green Knight is essentially saying that you can strike me with an axe right now, but only if you agree to let me strike you back in return 1 year and 1 day from now. Sir Gawain, one of Arthur's knights who may have been slightly lacking in prowess and wisdom but had a great reputation, accepts this challenge to protect the king's honor. With one swing, he chops off the Green Knight's head. To everyone's horror, the headless body picks up the head, which speaks and reminds Gawain of his appointment after 1 year and 1 day, and then he rides away. 1 year passes. Gawain sets out on his journey through the wild mountainous regions of the northwest of England. He's cold, lonely, terrified, and on Christmas Eve he finds a beautiful castle owned by a lord named Bertilak. When Gawain arrives at the castle, he meets Bertilak and his beautiful wife and a silent old woman wearing fine clothes. Gawain graciously accepts their hospitality and bows to the old woman out of respect, assuming her to be a chaperone or elderly widowed relative. She lives in the castle as the elder of the house, and she accompanies them wherever they go. She watches Gawain's every move and he's deeply respectful to her. Then Bertilak proposes a game to Gawain. So he says that he will go hunting every day. Gawain will rest in the castle. At the end of the day, they must exchange whatever they have won that day. For the next 3 days, while Bertilak hunts, his wife tries to seduce Gawain. At the end of day 1, Bertilak gives Sir Gawain venison or deer meat from a successful deer hunt. Sir Gawain gives Bertilak a kiss that the lady had given him that morning, but he refuses to say who the kiss was from. At the end of day 2, Bertilak gives him the head of a massive, fierce boar that he had killed in a dangerous hand to hand struggle, and Sir Gawain gives Bertilak 2 kisses that he had received that day from the lady. Gawain stays virtuous, but on the third day, the lady gives him a green girdle or a silk belt that she claims will protect his life from any weapon. Fearing his upcoming meeting with the Green Knight, Gawain breaks his promise. When Bertilak gives Gawain a single fox skin at the end of the third day, he apologizes, saying that a mere fox skin is a poor exchange for what Sir Gawain is about to give him. What Gawain gives Bertilak instead of the green girdle is 3 kisses. This is the turning point. Because he keeps the belt to save his own life, Sir Gawain technically loses the game of honesty. Gawain continues on his travels and arrives at the Green Chapel, which is actually a hollow, mossy mound. The Green Knight appears there, sharpening his axe. The Green Knight attacks Gawain with his axe the first time, and Gawain flinches. The Green Knight stops and mocks him and swings at him the second time. Gawain stays still and the Green Knight stops again. When he swings the third time, the axe barely grazes Gawain's neck, drawing a drop of blood. The Green Knight then reveals that he is actually Lord Bertilak, transformed by the magic of Morgan Le Fay. She is King Arthur's half sister and a powerful sorceress. In fact, she is the old lady Gawain saw at the castle with Bertilak. She lives in Bertilak's castle and has been the mastermind behind everything. She wanted to test the pride of the Knights of the Round Table, that is King Arthur's knights, and whether their ideals stand up to tests, and also to frighten Queen Guinevere, that is King Arthur's wife. Gawain was hurt on the third swing of the Green Knight's axe because he was dishonest about the green girdle he received on the third day. Upon learning all of this, Gawain is devastated and very ashamed. He parts ways with Bertilak and returns to Camelot wearing the green girdle as a badge of shame. However, Arthur and the other knights do not judge or punish him in any way, but they decide to all wear green belts in solidarity with him, turning his mark of failure into a symbol of his adventures and a reminder to maintain their honor as knights. So that was the story of Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to like and to subscribe to the channel for more videos of literary works explained in simple English. And I'll see you in the next video.